No good, sir. You can't get involved in this.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 worst movie extras. Number 10, The Lazy Student, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, let's just say I'm taking care of it.
This romantic comedy takes William Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew and adds a solid dose of teenage angst. The scene in question involves the soccer coach, a wayward arrow, and probably the laziest student ever. After the archery team accidentally uses Mr. Chapin as a target, a teenage girl is told to run back to the school and call 911. The extra jogs for a few steps before stopping for a breather, probably assuming that she was out of the camera's sight. Clearly, she was wrong. Number 9, The Helpless Henchman, The Dark Knight Rises. Batman can be rather intimidating. The Dark Knight Rises sees the Caped Crusader going up against the powerful Bane, who brings an army of goons to Gotham and stages an uprising. Sadly, not all henchmen are born equal, and this one particular dude collapses from Batman and Catwoman's mere presence. Why fight when you know you're gonna lose? Personally, we think this particular goon is the smartest of the bunch.
You gotta be kidding me.
Number 8, The Rolling Extra, Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Who's to say how someone should react to the sound of gunfire? Perhaps falling to the floor, with very little prompting we might add, and slowly barrel rolling is the way to go. Die Hard 2 relocates John McClane from a skyscraper to the Dulles International Airport, before forcing him to, once again, prevent a terrible disaster. This unintentionally hilarious scene happens after Bruce Willis engages in some gunplay with two of Stewart's Goonies, sending the extras into a panicked frenzy. Also, rolling seems to be contagious, as another extra soon follows the lead of our accidental scene stealer.
That stupid, arrogant son of a bitch.
Number 7, The HappyGoLucky Swimmer, Jaws. Unless you're watching them attack from the safety of your living room, it's really best to avoid up-close and personal encounters with sharks. By today's standards, the shark might look silly, but the special effects were great for the time, and scared off a few people from going to the beach. Still, not everyone was traumatized by Jaws, as demonstrated by this extra, who seems absolutely delighted to be involved in a shark attack. Number 6, The Frozen Children, Everything Must Go. Everything Must Go follows Nick, a down-on-his-luck alcoholic who needs to sell his personal belongings after sabotaging his job and marriage. Desperate for a pick-me-up, he visits Delilah, an old high school friend, leading to a rather odd moment. As the two adults talk, the movie cuts back to her playing children, who are completely frozen in place. It is never referenced by the other characters, so maybe Delilah just learned to never question their behavior? We doubt it.
So we just make it work, right, Missy?
Number 5, The Exposed Extra, Teen Wolf. While the hairy version of Marty McFly is quite entertaining, the actor's natural charisma is sadly overshadowed during the climax. After scoring the winning shot in the basketball game, a packed gymnasium celebrates as Scott, our hero, kisses the girl. One student got a bit too excited, however, and cheers with his fly wide open. Dude, trying to cover yourself up just brings more attention to it. How the production team missed this, we'll never know. Number 4, The Sweeping Man, Quantum of Solace. That is not how a broom works. After Casino Royale brought James Bond back into the public's good graces, the writer's strike forced Daniel Craig and Mark Foster to perform rewrites and fill in the blanks of a rather bare-bones script, resulting in an understandably uneven final product. The story is not the only part of the film that failed to make the grade though, as James Bond is temporarily eclipsed by a man trying his best to look busy, and utterly failing at it.
James, move your ass.
Number 3, The Precognitive Kid, North by Northwest. North by Northwest is an entertaining thriller starring Cary Grant as your average Joe who is mistakenly assumed to be a secret agent. After barely surviving a stroll through a cornfield, the exhilarating third act takes the action to Mount Rushmore, resulting in Grant's character getting shot by Eva Marie Saint's Eve Kendall. Sadly, this tense moment is undercut by a young boy in the background, who covers his ears a few seconds before the gunshot. Number 2, Doc Brown's Son, Back to the Future Part 3.
Meet the family!
Back to the Future Part 3 brought Marty McFly and Doc Brown's story to a satisfying conclusion with Christopher Lloyd finding love in the most unlikely of places, as he marries a school teacher back in the year 1885. The film ends with the couple showing off their 2 children, although their youngest son seems to have other things on his mind. From Daniel Evans's uncomfortable expression, "come here" hand gesture and suggestive point, it seems like the actor's flux capacitor has sprung a leak. Number 1, The Tall Stormtrooper, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Take over.
A sign of a great film is when even the accidents are worth keeping, and the franchise continues to go strong today. Stormtroopers serve as the Empire's disposable army, and they are rarely allowed to show any personality in the original trilogy. Their one humanizing moment comes during a hilarious scene when a particularly tall stormtrooper bangs his head on the doorway. Intentionally left in or not, this goof proved memorable enough to warrant a callback in Attack of the Clones.